Where's the stories? Jim Michaels, did you go crazy? Or you got arrested? Jim Michaels did. He's nuts. Well, I took my pants off. Someone said something. I'm not even gonna ask. It's too early and it's still Sunday, right? The whole weekend.
You guys have a good time last night?
Hey, was there a boat tour this weekend?
Yeah.
What was the boat called? Misha. It wasn't called Misha. It's early, but I'm not that early. Does anybody know?
Star of Vancouver.
The what?
The Star of Vancouver?
Star. I was going for a walk with the kiddos and I saw the Queen of Vancouver.
That's
a bunch of crazy people on it. I would have been so proud. It was like a raucous, like people running across, thought someone was going to jump off or something. I hope that's that, because that's what I think. So my favorite part of all of these is, can I see if anybody here it's their first time? No way! Awesome. Well, welcome to all of you to our fun little crazy world, 10 years in the making. Welcome to the family. And we're now 200 episodes old.
Are we going 2 days now on the 200th episode?
I've done one.
Did you 2 days? Or was it 1 day?
I thought it was 1 day. It felt like,
Right.
it felt like 2 days.
Look, it's 200, all right? If 199, we'll add to 200 a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if 198, well, if 197, if 195, let it go 196, 197, 198, 199. I was on a plane.
Do you even know the name of the 200th episode?
Paper Moon. Paper Moon? Fan fiction. Fan fiction. What? It's called fan fiction. What is it called? Isn't it called fan fiction? Yeah. I was on a plane this summer, and I was on a plane this summer. Here's a side note I thought was very funny.
It's a great segue.
On this plane, so for those of you who don't know, I had shoulder surgery this summer, which is why I'm like a beanpole right now.
Still look good.
Like a ninja-fied. And I had
For
my
the first time in 10 years, I have more muscle than he does. It's not as great as I thought it'd be.
good, it's like a stick.
It's like a string bean.
I'm part praying mantis, part like useless left hand. I never had to use it in 30 something years. Oh, so I was playing, I had a sling on. Like a Klingon. I had to go to, so I got my sling on, and I'm trying to get my bag to the overhead compartment. And the nice lady who ends up sitting next to me is like, can I help? It's like, yes, thank you, I'm so sorry. I hate to be that guy. She's like, no, no problem. What'd you do to your arm? I was like, I heard it, wrestling. And she goes, oh, in school? And I was like, lady, I'm 32! Right here! She's like, oh my gosh. And we start talking, and she's, I'm like, well, yeah, what do you do? I'm an actor on a TV show. And she goes, oh, that's great, what's it called? It's called Supernatural, it's in the CW, it's from Warner Brothers. And yeah, she's like, that's great. Is it on Netflix or iTunes? I was like, yeah, it's on both. Okay. Catch episode if you want. She's like, yeah, you know what? Well, it's so nice talking and chatting. I'll catch up. I'd love to support you. I was like, well, cool. If you watch an episode every other day, just over a year from now, we'll catch up. She's like, I'm sorry, what did you say? I was like, yeah, it's 195 episodes, I guess it was, because it was in the summer. No, it's like 195 episodes deep. So by the time you get to it, it'll be like 200 and something episodes, depending on if you go season 11 or not, which you guys have. Yeah, it's like, get on. You know what I'm saying? Suck it well in. I think that was your email to him exactly.
Yeah, I emailed, but I was just the subject, and there was nothing, no context.
His response is like, shit, you're passing me, aren't you? Which is awesome. Sorry, I'm not gonna jabber all the time. But that was my story. But I was excited about going line and here we are 200, which is really cool. Thanks, guys. Before we jabber on senselessly, does anybody want to yell something at us that they haven't had a chance to? I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I'm just curious how Frank and the car are doing.
Yes. The car's doing much better than Frank. Frank, for those of you who don't know, the hero of Apollo, we've got several of them, but there's one that is...
They're all heroes.
They're all... The one that we use predominantly is, and has a big 502 engine in it, and a lot of horsepower. Once he was pulling it into the trailer, the car trailer, he was going to move to the next location at the end of the day. And as he was doing it, he was on a public road, and there were cars parked and everything.
Right outside our stages.
Right outside the sound stages, and the throttle went all the way over on him.
He got caught.
He got caught. So, and he tried to hit the brakes. That was,
The brakes in that car don't quite match the power. It's like the old school pump style brakes that don't really work even when you're coasting.
So, in hindsight, yeah, you throw into neutral and you turn the key off and stuff, but when it happens so fast and it's so loud and there's cars, and he was just trying to steer it away from either hurting anybody or, damaging more property. So he actually cranked it left, went over the median, took out a road sign, went up on the curb and went down into a ditch and ended up in some trees. And upon impact, snapped his collarbone. So he literally looked like this. Yeah, and he was like, how's it look? Like, it's good, it looks good. You're gonna be fine.
And we get there, we're trying to be lighthearted, because he's in obvious pain. It takes a while for the ambulance to get there. And so the paramedics there is the fire department.
The fire department gets there like this fast. The paramedics, 40 minutes.
So I'm trying to keep, he's clearly going, and I'm like, maybe I should lighten the mood. I've been through this. And so I go up to the fireman. He was talking to him, and I was like, Mr. Fireman, his face already looked like that, so don't try and fix it. It's just his shoulder. And Frank's like, yeah, fully sticking up. He showed me a picture of it. It was nasty. And there's a joke. So in season 2, when I broke my hand, shortly thereafter, Carmelita broke her hand, and somebody else. So 2 people shortly thereafter broke the hand that I broke in a similar fashion. So now
we're waiting on one more person to break their shoulders.
If you have any ideas, Mark Shepard, Nisha Collins, we can help the situation. I'm gonna do something funny. I'm gonna tweet a picture of the car, because I took a picture of it, and now that everybody's alive and safe.
But the car itself, Clippy, was there maybe like a little dent on the other side of the bumper? It's a tank. What's that?
That was probably already there.
It was probably already there, yeah. Essentially, there was no damage, and it took out like a metal road sign that was, the thing is indestructible. I love it. Yeah, so anyway, the car's fine. What had happened was the accelerator had gotten caught on there was wires, wasn't it?
Spark plug wire leads.
The spark plug wire leads, yeah. So when it pulled back, it got stuck and then just, and it wouldn't release. So they fixed the problem, they raised up the wires. It shouldn't happen again, but I'm just glad it didn't happen while I was driving towards camera.
Or towards me.
So, Frank did exactly what he should have done. He steered it, he handled the car. I mean, it was like the ascent was going crazy, and I don't know how he managed to
jump the median, jump over it,
and aim right towards the trees where nobody was. And so kudos to him. He handled the situation amazing. So.
And there are several shots we do, even that we've done this year, where the camera is placed on the road and we pull up to it to stop. You know, it stops and someone's license plate. And so it happened then, and there'd be
The camera guy's diving out of the way.
and they're not very athletic, those cameras. Okay, so Frank is back. Who else? Yes.
I'm just wondering how much strip adjusting had you made, like for your shoulder, and how it compares to like the few weeks you had with your hand.
Well, the good and bad is that, so Bob Singer has been through shoulder surgery before, and so when I called him this summer, I was like, hey buddy, I'm having shoulder surgery. There's no way around it. But I'm going to do the best I can to be back in fight shape for the season. He was like, ha! Ain't gonna happen, buddy. So they actually wrote it in. So the first 4 episodes, I'm wearing a sling. Yeah, and the difference is, so the sling I could take off and, you know, sleep or whatever, but it's, the cast I had on my hand was there all the time, but they dress us like we're Eskimos, so we always had clothes on, like essentially covered, so you kind of forget. It was only here, it was kind of in that handshake position, so I could still hold a gun, I could still do whatever. With the sling, I was just kind of like. So I think I made Phil's day on Friday when I showed up to the first day of episode 200, and I was like, Phil, I'm done with the sling. So sad.
Now, that was something that you did. I mean, you probably should still be in some sort of apparatus right now.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to be in a sling around big crowds, around high activity, or when I'm sleeping. Or any combination of the two. But I decided it just didn't feel right for Sam, you know, and I was tired of, even though my left hand is kind of useless, I was tired of just relying on it, you know? And so, I know that y'all like tough Sam, so Sam had to talk about it.
It was very sad on Friday. It was day one of 200. We happened to be here at a gymnasium, and we went into this empty. We went into this empty gymnasium, and it was like the smell just like brought us back to like middle school. And there happened to be a bag of basketballs in the corner. So I run over and I'm like, sweet, let's shoot some baskets. And we're in our Fed suits, right? It's probably not the best thing to do. But I started to grab the ball, I start turning around, I start shooting 3-pointers. I look over at Jared, and he's just got one arm. True story. I'm like, oh, hey. Let me help you. It was
Humbling experience. No doubt.
We're coming from a guy who's very, very talented.
I used to play basketball, yeah.
It was heartbreaking.
I'll get it back.
Have any, does Osric need to sleep with one eye open?
You mean
Osric sleeps with one eye open anyway.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
ninja.
I was gonna say, do you mean he should sleep with an eye closed? Because he already sleeps with both eyes open. He sleeps standing up like this. It was one of those silly things. I think he felt so bad. I don't want to tell him that I got hurt because it was kind of my fault. We were all pushed around and, you know.
He still feels pretty bad.
I know. And I'll make him pay somehow.
You can take any Chuck Norris proper and insert Osric Chow.
If you can see Osric Chow can see you. If you can't see Osric Chow, you may be only seconds away from death.
When Osric Chow does not sleep, he waits.
When Osric Chow jumps out of a boat, Osric Chow doesn't get wet. The lake gets Osric Chow. My favorite's still the pirate one. I'm not.
I know. I go ahead and tell it because I like to hear it too.
It was once
Or who's Oscar Chow?
It was once rumored that Oscar Chow lost a fight to a pirate. But that rumor was started by Oscar Chow to lure more pirates to him. Alright, I'm done. I've gone through a lot of therapy. Hot water, burn
The blue shirt. Yeah. You're on.
You got Oscar Chow, didn't you?
It's really great to see you alive. I was pranked a month ago.
Better than dead.
Someone told me that Jensen died in a car crash, and I thought
Really? You have a what?
I haven't talked to her in 2 months because I'm still really mad at her.
The person that said that I died in a car crash.
Yeah, she made a thing on the internet and made it look real. And I clicked on it. It was a troll face. And
Troll face.
I cried for like 20 minutes.
Well, that's very touching. Thank you.
I actually have a question for Jared about.
Good to be alive.
About what my questions to you. What would you think of Jensen Aniston's
And that actually was heartbreaking.
Sorry. You've never done this before.
My dad actually dislocated
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
my dad actually dislocated his shoulder about a year and a half ago, and he hasn't been able to get the surgery for it. And we're not sure if he actually needs the surgery, but it keeps
Sure.
popping out. And I was wondering if that ever happened to you before you got the surgery, because it actually happens to my dad a lot.
You know what? That was a question. My brother's actually an orthopedic surgeon, so he luckily was able to kind of guide me and ask me proper questions. And we've always been active. I mean, I've always played basketball and sports and wrestled and this and that. And so I don't know if it ever necessarily pops out. I feel like it might have at some point in time, you know,
Did you pop it out after you did it originally? Like it went out, it broke went out, you wanted to put it back in, and then in an effort to kind of
self-relieve or something.
yeah.
So not that I can recall, but it feels like it might have been something else.
It's also really awesome to actually meet you guys. I spent all last summer binge watching Supernatural.
All right.
And I think that it saved me because I lost 2 friends to suicide right before I started watching it, and I was in a really low place. But you guys really helped.
Well, thank you. That's all I can do. Yes.
There's rumors that Jensen's on Twitter. I'm not sure if that's actually true because apparently the CW is making fun of you.
If he was on Twitter, don't you think I would follow him? Listen, if I follow Misha and Mark Shepard, I don't know. Peter,
There's a big one going around that you have a Facebook page, Jensen.
What's that?
There's a big one going around, there's a Facebook page with your name that has 4 million likes.
All right, here's the situation. When I was at Comic-Con, a few weeks ago, I was at the Nerd HQ with Zach Levi's.
was somebody there?
So what happened was there was a Facebook booth in the kind of green room there. There were 2 representatives from Facebook.
They ambushed us.
And they literally came over to me and they were like, "Hi, we have your name." Like, what? Like, we have your Facebook page available for you, and it has like 4 or 5 million likes or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And they're like, we can just give it to you. We can give you all of that.
And he was like, sure.
I'm like, okay.
It's not tangible, Mr. Evans. It's tangible. Well, it fit in my pocket, my carry-on.
So they said, if we give it to you, then we can verify it, and then you can kind of debunk all of the other ones. And I was like, all right. What does that mean I have to do? What does this entail? They're like, nothing. You don't have to do anything. I'm like, okay. So I went over to the little station. She got on the computer. She's like, boop, 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 boop. She's like, I sent you an email. I checked my phone. Sure enough, there it was. Like, all you gotta do is click on this link, and then you change your password, and boom, now it's all yours. I'm like, okay, now what? She's like, whatever you want. So I have it. but I haven't done anything yet. That being said, going back to your question, the Twitter thing, I've been resisting at all costs having to join the social media phenomenon that is Twitter and Instagram, and I thank you. I appreciate the support on that. Both of you, all three of you. Unfortunately, it's become such a tool not only for our industry but for for instance, this young lady would know that I had not died in a car crash. There's a lot of things that it's really good for. It's also a very good connection to the fans, as you have seen through Jared's Twitter, through Misha's Twitter. And I think I've gotten to the point now where it's like, well, it can't be the joint.
So, then what are you trying to say? It's this VIP gold group in front of us today, Jensen.
So I'm going to join Twitter right now. With all of you. So if this might be a little bit more difficult than I thought. What? I'm gonna break Twitter.
Y'all are gonna break Twitter.
Jared and I thought maybe I should just take a photo with all of you guys and have that be my first tweet. So, how can we do this? Well, we really will get all these guys in the wings in. Can you do that? This is going to be a learning curve for you guys. You're going to have to bear with me. And I'm not gonna send out pictures of my breakfast. Just, no. It's not.
And he's just a wee one, guys. Go easy on him.
Yeah, I'm new here.
You already
Do you know how to do panorama? Oh, it's a corner also.
What, from that angle?
Stand on a chair and go from this angle and you'll get it.
All right.
All right.
You already have 15
So you don't have to
Jensen's first tweet is going to be falling off the chair.
Okay, so FYI, the network was very kind enough when I showed even the smallest amount of interest in possibly doing this. They instantly got my handle. So it is at Jensen.
He said handle.
Dude, we were still left in like old truckers. Right? Isn't that what you call it? Your handle?
Hey Jensen,
Yeah, what's your breaker 75 Charlie?
what's your avatar going to be?
Now you lost me. All right, I'm gonna have you take it.
All right, so the guys, we all in the back are gonna have to stand up. Very back, stand in your chairs.
Still got it.
Okay, wait. What? One at a time.
Hashtag VanCon.
And now what? What's my face?
Should he emoticon this best, or should he?
No, I'm not gonna.
You have a hashtag?
What do I write? What do I write? Okay, hashtag.
Don't start with a hashtag.
What's your name? What's your name?
Don't start with a hashtag, right? That's weird.
Hashtag goes at the end.
Hashtag goes at the end. But
Best friends ever.
best friends ever. All right, Twitter. I'm not gonna read it, y'all are just gonna have to follow. Now put hashtag. VanCon. No, it's an at sign, not a hashtag. He's a natural. VanCon. Yeah, VanCon. Hashtag Jared Pine is awesome. Drop that is all the best.
Is that it?
Yeah. Any other hashtags? No, you want to put hashtag Jensen? Hashtag Jensen. Huh? Porn Cooper? Porn?
Like P as in Papa? That was weird.
Richard.
And then my name?
No.
You don't need to sign it.
Everybody's got hashtag in push tweet. Hashtag is coming down. Yeah, hashtag.
This is the longest anyone has ever taken.
It's done! None of it all worked out, guys. All right. Now my friend Jarpad is going to announce his will join the dark side. So this is what's going to happen.
For those of you who were supporting my absence on Twitter, I apologize. Twitter 1, Jensen 0.
Let us know when you get your first hate.
It's official.
My first what? Hate tweet? Oh, are you kidding? One of the reasons why I want to join. I'm not really.
All right. What's the estimate? How many?
Yeah, as long as I get you guys, I'm happy. Some people out there don't follow.
Your tweet couldn't be sent.
I'm a sample, I'm not following.
You screwed up.
What?
It's because it's bouncing.
You talking about it didn't work?
Watch. I said tweet. I think there's no service.
Turn off the Wi-Fi.
I got 4 bars.
Go to drafts. Tweet not sound. See? So you'll.
It's supposed to be easier, isn't it?
Hey, hold. It should be something.
This is like, try this tweet again.
If we hold it higher, it'll be close to the side. It's out. It worked. The whole thing worked.
Now, so whatever I need to tweet, I'll have to get Jared to raise his arm up.
Have it closer to the satellite. It worked. You saw that, the fees? I always laugh at people who are like, I have no service. Maybe here I do. Maybe here I do. But that totally proved it. It's a science experiment and a Twitter joiner all at once. Let's see. You got it? You guys got it? I will say this. In the 3 seconds since I tweeted it, you've got 2,000 followers.
And 20 degrees.
All right, guys. That was witness history. rock on symbols.
Does this mean I'm gonna have to do that ice bucket thing?
Yeah!
I'm doing that today.
Only if somebody who hasn't yet challenged somebody else decides to challenge you. I happen to know somebody tall with an arm who hasn't yet challenged anybody. And now it's something.
What?
Matt challenged you yesterday.
I've got 22. Well, I think I've been nominated like a dozen times. And that was just my family. Seriously, my aunt who lives in Denver, just out of nowhere yesterday, I get a text message. She was like, she's pouring water all over herself. I was like, I nominate you, Kenzie.
And then she grabbed a baseball bat and went,
She could.
that's awesome. I love the face. I nominate you. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, this is scary.
26,000 now.
Yeah.
27,000 went up 10,000.
This is crazy.
Just to give somebody an idea of why I love all you guys, but the reason why I don't respond all the time, you see this? That's how fast they come in. I can't even blink. I love you guys, but sometimes when all the responses come in, I get scared. I feel it.
I know, I've seen him tweet, he'll do this and be like, boop, 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 tweet.
I've gone through a lot of phone cases. Welcome to my world, all right. It was a Twitter thing.
Change your phone's password so Jared does not tweet for you.
10,000 more followers in the last like 60 seconds.
I don't know what that
Hey,
means. Oh no, there's, Misha is the object of our vengeance. He and I are much better as a team. He's not gonna go in and tweet stuff as now I won't go in and tweet stuff because that is, we understand, I mean, come on, when you have a guy with literally a target painted on his back. Sure. It's like a ball of yarn.
hey guys, we love y'all. Thank you for coming to VanCon and for witnessing history.